the flavors are nice. Like I got the variety pack. The half and half's really good. It's like half lemonade, half tea. Like that's really nice. The peach is really good. The raspberry is really good. The original is just kind of boring, and it's there. It's fine.
It's
But that's
standard,
probably
so
the
that's
one
just
you
how it
mix.
is.
Yeah, it's standard. That's the one you mix with like bourbon or whiskey or something. Um, ooh, maybe like Hennessy, like honey Jack Daniels uh with
Twisted
that tea,
tea.
dude. That'd be kind of sweet.
Dude, I'll tell you what though. So there's a brand of vodka out there called Stillhouse Classic Vodka. It is derived from corn. That's how you distill it, and they run it through maple sugar charcoal, so it's actually significantly sweeter than traditional vodka. Imagine
Oh,
that with the tea. That is a hillbilly Long Island iced tea.
that is kind of a hillbilly. Yeah, that's dope. That
Oh,
would be
squeeze a
cool.
lemon over that and drop it in there. Boom. Oh my god, I'm a genius.
Compliments it well, dude. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That'd be a good, yeah, that'd be a good cocktail, man. Maybe we should get like a couple of those and try that when I'm down next.
I should make like a hillbilly cocktail list, honestly. That'd be kind of fun.
That'd be fun. I should bring down. I have a cocktail book my lady got me, Lebowski inspired. It's recipes and cocktails, so like there's food and stuff. That's cool.
What is Walter's drink of choice, might I ask?
I'd have to look that up. But I'll let you know later.
Yeah, text
Um,
me later.
but yeah, man, it's they were pretty good. Beach was nice yesterday. It was fucking hot this week. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording. I started about
Oh,
a minute and a half ago.
okay. Well, welcome into the 9 to 5 boys, everybody. We are your hosts. I'm Gil. This is Eric.
Yeah,
Uh,
sorry for the brief hiatus, but we had like a crazy last week, so we couldn't really get anything in. But we
oh,
are
well,
back.
actually, yeah, I did have a pretty crazy last week.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, well, we had like a conflict that night. Then the rest of my, I just knew I figured the rest of your week was going to be busy. I knew mine was going to be busy. Because like Tuesday was cool. So I took my girl to, I guess the old smoking spot. So or I guess we have 2 weeks to update of stuff. I can't really recall what happened in 2 weeks. I'll just
Time is
recall
an
what happened
illusion,
this week.
honestly. Like I barely
Yeah.
remember what happens like to me yesterday. Like,
Yeah, sometimes it takes me like when I talk to my girl about my day, like when we're not together, I like tell her about what happened when we were separate. Um, I feel like I'm recataloging the day and like I'm re-remembering stuff that happened. I feel like I coast through the day most of the time, especially today.
it's
But
kind of
I'm
like
not
the
gonna get
memory
into
loss they
that.
describe in Maze Runner. It's like, yeah, I know what a movie is because, like, I know the concept of what it is. I just can't remember seeing one with a specific person. It's kind of like that for me. Like,
Totally, totally.
yeah.
So so anyway, so let's see. Last Tuesday, my girl and I went up to the spot. It was our old kind of like smoking spot. We'd go up there, we drink, smoke, hang out during the pandemic because we were bored and inside, and we need to get outside. And we went up there, and so it's a hilltop by the bay, and so it's like really cold out there. But it was like especially windy. Like it was the windiest it had ever been actually, because like my girl was like she was up and about, getting kind of set up. We had the fold out chair ready and the beer open and everything, and then it flew back, and so the beer had like gotten half dirty, half spilled, and her chair went flying, which that's fine.
What kind of beer
So
was it? What kind of beer was it?
it was this one actually. It was I'm drinking right now an S27. It's a local beer. It's a Hand Me a Hefeweizen. Um,
Ooh.
or it's a Hand Me a Hef. That's what it's called. It's a Hefeweizen. It's very nice.
Okay, can you taste its
Um,
European roots?
indeed,
Nice.
indeed I can.
It's authentic then. Fuck yeah.
It is indeed. Uh, good beer. So
Best thing is
then
I drink
we,
water.
yeah, for real. Um, then we're hanging out there, and it was super windy, so she got super cold. We were hanging out there for a good time. Then we went home, and then Wednesday was final night, so we went out there with a bunch of people. We went for ice cream after, and final night was kind of an eventful night for me, dude, because so whenever we're there, there's this place called Taco Time. Shout out to Sergio, dude. Those burritos are always awesome. This one was giving me the shits, but so I'll get to that in a sec. So I got my regular chicken burrito, but he asked usually if you want it mild or spicy. Usually I go mild because my European ass can't handle it, but I can't handle spice. But this time I got spicy, feeling a little adventurous, and it was spicy, for me at least. And then we went out for ice cream, and so I got a root beer float, and so the ice cream and the spicy sauce for like having like an MMA fight like in my guts, and I was like, as soon as we left the ice cream place, I got in the car with my lady, and I was like, I have to take a shit. It's like, I was like, this is like urgent. We need to go. And I was like driving out the parking lot, and I was like, there's a Jack in the. I was like thinking in my head for like 3 seconds. I was like, there's a Jack in the Box right there. I can just park and run in real quick. They're not gonna care. Babe, I'm not gonna make it. I gotta pull over. So I pull over, but then I run into the Jack in the Box, and like, I asked them. It's like, hey, I'm going in, and he's a guy. He's like, hey, you gonna use the bathroom? He's like, I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, there's a key, man, but like, we lost the key like a week ago. Somebody stole it. And I was like, somebody stole the bathroom key, and you have yet to replace it? Why is that not a priority? And so like, I then had to like dip, and then so like I got in the car, and I was like, we just have to drive. She's like, okay. So I was like going really slow, so I don't go over like bumps or anything, so I don't trigger anything, like. And I get to her place. I quickly park like in her complex, and like her complex is weird. So like they have an HOA that's like really they make dumb fucking rules. Fuck your HOA. So they what's it? You can't park you have like the parking space you're given to each house. It's like a collection of townhouses and condos and that sort of fucking thing. So imagine that, right? So the parking space you're given is the one you have in your garage. Or the ones, maybe it's a 2-car garage, whatever. The space you have in your garage, that's where you can park your belonging cars. That doesn't help if you have like, a family of like 5 or like roommates who all have cars because it's the Bay Area and they can't get around in public transit. So like, they can't park anywhere, but you can't park anywhere in the complex. They don't give like parking passes. It's all visitor and resident parking, but you can't park there 7 nights every 2 months. You can't park more than 7 nights every 2. It's a whole stupid rule where you can't pretty much park there ever.
What
so
the
like
fuck?
we always have to move the car. So like I park in her complex because I'm like, I'm not walking from the parking space over to the house. I'm not gonna make it. And so like I parked in the parking spot, and I was like, I gotta run upstairs. She's like, I saw a spot out there. You want to drive your car? And I was like, yes, move it, please. And so I run up, and like like those moments where you're unbuttoning the pants, you're getting across the hallway, you're getting to the bathroom, like it's amping up, it's almost here. It's like a delivery, It's like you're going into fucking labor, but with your poop, and like. Then you get to the bathroom finally, and the millisecond you sit down on the toilet lid, it all goes flushing away. You just like a moment of release and relief. It was chaotic. It was a crazy Wednesday night for me. Lesson learned. I'm not going to do spicy for a good couple months now. I'm going to be very careful.
I was going to say, I don't know what crimes you would get arrested for doing this, but if you just spray ass on the floor of the Jack in the Box, I guarantee you they would hustle and actually get this shit fixed pronto. Like,
I'm sure I'd be convicted of some indecent exposure crime and some other shit, so I don't want to be like a sex offender or anything.
Okay,
but
hey,
it would prove a point. It would prove a point.
Look, if you face towards them and adjust yourself in such a way that nothing is hanging out. Your big dick ain't swinging, okay? Like,
your big dick ain't
just they might see like a brief look at your ass before you spray torrential downpour onto the fucking floor of the establishment.
Yeah, but like that's a biohazard. I feel like I'd be giving them some new disease for my thing.
Look, how we treated the COVID pandemic. Bioterrorism does not exist, apparently. Like, you can literally probably shit on the floor of a fast food establishment and no one's gonna question it. That's just a normal thing, apparently.
Apparently, dude. Apparently.
Also, I guarantee you that would get responses immediately like, hey, fix the fucking bathroom so this shit doesn't happen again. Because you can't... Unfortunately, I hate drawing from the movie Seven because this is terrible advice from a terrible person, but you can't tap people on the shoulder anymore and say, hey, how's it going? No, you gotta hit them over the head with a fucking sledgehammer to get any results.
That's true, man.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm sorry. That's holy... Like, it's insane to me.
They should have just fixed the bathroom. That would have had my girl just sit in the car for 5 minutes and me just destroy it. Well, I would have like left a great nuke in their toilet.
Yeah, and then be a gentleman. You go up to the counter and say, hey, can I get one of those Red Bull infusions to go, please? Thank you. That's like, what, $3.50? Like, thank you. Go and
customer, yeah.
Like, it's not that hard. Also, for an establishment that is known for making people shit themselves, on par with Taco Bell, how the fuck is their bathroom not working? Like, how is that not number one priority?
Yeah, no, for real, dude. Jack
Oh
in the
my.
Box be making me shit, dude. It is just not good food, man.
Yeah. No, we're obviously not gonna call out the specific location, but if you're in the area and you know this man's on the other end of the call, you know exactly which Jack in the Box it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there's not
was.
many. There's really not that many.
There's not. No, not totally. Well, there's actually. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
There's probably
uh,
two, three at most. Like what?
it was monstrous, man. It was
Yeah.
wild, and like speaking of shitting as well, I don't know why I'm having so many stomach issues. It might be diet anxiety. I don't know.
You don't smoke
Maybe
enough weed. That's what you don't do.
I don't smoke enough. No, I just don't eat enough fiber, Eric. It's like the problem. Like I had a. Oh, here's what happened. I spent the last like few weeks crashing at my girl's place, like almost exclusively, right? Like I've slept in this bed maybe like twice, like I don't know, the bed in this apartment like twice in the last 3 weeks. So anyway, so I've been staying at her place. So I've been like doing everything kind of at her place, and so like I was and I have a thing, and I don't know if it's some form of IBS. I don't feel comfortable going pooping anywhere that isn't my house. Um, isn't a place that I'm comfortable with or knowledgeable of. Like eventually I can get used to pooping at work. Eventually I can get used to pooping at like a new apartment or something. And eventually I got used to pooping at her place. Because then finally, after like 2 weeks, with the average period like humans need to adjust to any behavior, I was actually able to finally make a solid movement. So congrats to me. I'm sure y'all didn't log on to this episode to hear me talk about poop. But
If it's any comfort, like I pretty much learned that like if I have to go, I will. I preemptively make sure I know where the bathrooms are, where I need to if an emergency arises, and if I know if I have to go, literally do not care where I'm going as long as it's a toilet and it has working plumbing and preferably toilet paper. I go.
that's good, man. That's
Yeah.
good. I mean, that's good. I'm glad that you have that capability. I don't have that same superpower or versatility, and it's really limiting. It really limits me because like it makes it hard to poop in public places. Like if I'm like having a bad day, like not like what I mean is like I go poop once a day. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
like a healthy thing or it's just something I've been doing for the way my body's been adjusted for the last I don't know since college.
Dude, if
And
we're talking like
so
D&D terms, you're like walking around life with like a +2 perception to your rolls. I'm walking around with a +12.
yeah, not for real,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, my stats are weak on that, but so.
No, your
I'm
charisma is through the fucking roof. Like you poured everything into charisma. You're like a 22 charisma. And you have like a +2 perception.
But so I'm having a day where I need to do like an extra dump. Like I have to find a public restroom usually because I'm not usually at home, rarely, and so doing that would be hard. I don't have the skills to do that. But enough with pooping. Friday,
No, let's talk about a different bomb. How about Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer. Oh yeah, wait. So we talked about that yet on the pod
We
together?
haven't, because last episode I was going to go see it. You've already seen both Barbie and Oppenheimer. I have not yet.
We've got to talk about Barbenheimer. Okay, go for it. Tell me your experience, dude.
Okay, my experience was we went to the downtown theater because our father wanted to see Oppenheimer, and I thought, well, shit, since we're doing Barbenheimer today, because I don't know when the next good chance I'm going to go see it is.
Well, you need 5 hours at least.
Yeah, so I pulled the trigger, and I thought, yeah, let's just get tickets to go see Oppenheimer, and our father wanted to join, so he joined along with me and my sister, or our sister, and we saw Oppenheimer. It's fucking phenomenal. Oh my god. The sound editing was actually perfect this time around. It wasn't. I mean, comparing it to his last film, Tenet, like, it was perfect. But if I were to compare it to literally all of his other works, it's mid at best. Sound editing wise. But.
You didn't like the sound editing?
No, I felt some of the dialogue was a little hard to hear. I don't know if that was like in terms of actual editing itself, or was Cillian Murphy trying to do his best American accent, which I have no doubt that he can definitely do. Europeans, for some reason, yeah, for some people,
He's doing a great job.
for some reason, people from the UK have an ability to inhabit the American accent better than Americans.
I feel like he adjusted a lot of that. I feel like this movie is a lot easier to understand, but maybe it's also maybe your theater was having audio issues. I know, like when I went to go see Joyride, there were moments where like there were musical numbers, but then the speakers like blew out or whatever, and couldn't play properly. It was confusing. Maybe the setup was like bad, but yeah, it could be. You could just give it a rewatch at some point and figure it out for yourself.
No, I might just buy it, or not buy it, rent it on our TV for like $20 and then see it again with subtitles, see if it's any different. Because we have like a 4K TV in the living room with like great surround sound, so it might make a difference.
Might make a difference. But so,
Yeah.
movie itself, and we can talk about this, and this is going to be Oppenheimer spoilers, so deal with that as you will. If you haven't seen it by now, it's like you're probably not super interested. And
Timestamp. Spoilers now, so.
Yeah, it's a guy's life. And so anyway, you can just look at it. It's a biopic for a reason. The storytelling, let's start with that. So it was very pulpy, and that's cool. It was very back and forth between timelines. But like eventually when you figure out which directions each of them are going by the color hues, you're like, okay, I know what's up. And like that's cool. And like I think that it takes a little longer to pick up on. It like translates into a language almost, with like a categorization system. But it's easier than like when he puts up time cards and says like this happened and this happened or this date or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's a little classier, and I like kind of appreciate that about him. And I think it's a very interesting way of doing. I think he's just taking a lot of pointers from Memento. But anyway,
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think I think the acting was phenomenal. I think Cillian Murphy was phenomenal in the role he played. I think Robert Downey Jr. the last 30 minutes, like when he's doing the whole Senate hearing and like then turns on him and stuff. It's like wow, dude, that's kind of like insane, and awesome, interesting, and like really, and he's like really powerful in it, really
Like,
believable, and you're like oh my, just like he's not Tony Stark, he's like gross. Like
like
what the
you,
fuck?
you know that Robert Downey Jr.'s got more money than God at this point. Like he doesn't have to go into like a major like movie like this and just do a role, but he does it,
Fuck,
and he just chews every scene. It's amazing. Like every single scene he's in, it's fucking awesome.
he's great. And I love the guy who's Einstein. I was like, because Twitter was making a bit out of it, I was like not having like as excited of a time to see him. But he was really good in the movie. He was a really good part of it. I really liked all the roles. I liked Matt Damon even, not even, but like I usually like Matt Damon. But
No,
he's a very notable actor. So it's very like easy to be like, oh yeah, he's gonna do great. And he was great for to be Ferrari. He's a phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Uh, anyway,
No, he's a bit of an interesting person, especially with the whole cryptocurrency thing. But I cannot deny that he has talent in acting. Like he is a very, very good actor. So I loved him, and every bit of Oppenheimer is fantastic.
he's a talented man.
Yeah.
Like the role he played, I think it was really interesting. I think the movie asked like a lot of really good questions. Like I loved that scene where he's like, it's like his friends like, I don't know if we can trust them with this, and like Oppenheimer's like, you're right. I don't know if we can trust the U.S. with this, but like I know we can't trust the Nazis with it. So I was like, what the fuck? It's like you gotta make some choices, man.
It's the lesser of two evils. It's like, yeah, would you trust like a totalitarian dictatorship with this kind of technology, or would you rather trust an uneasy quote unquote democracy with it? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It's good, man. It's really fascinating. And then like they threw him under the bus. And like
yeah,
everyone was, why'd you build bomb? First they were happy you built bomb, then they were unhappy you built bomb. And I really like the way that Nolan uses, and I don't know if your experience was the same way because you had an issue with the sound, but I like the way he plays with sound in the movie. I like the way he uses that to really help you feel anxiety, the dread, the pressure. I like the music build-ups. I love the visuals. A lot of the cuts are kind of crazy, dude. He
yeah,
is very. I think that's my. If I could really only think of an issue with it, it would be that it's just long. And I think that a lot of the story is well done. I like the story. I think it's important to show all aspects of his life, but I think the movie could have shaved some of the time. But I also don't want to take away the time from Florence Pugh because like she was really good. I don't want to shave that storyline particularly because it was a really good one and really valuable one. I
yeah.
almost get when he like read the when he's got like her riding him tits out, right, tits in the face, and he's just reading the line. Now I become death, destroyer of worlds. It's like that's when he fucking says it. Is that when he fucking says it?
No,
Um,
I. As much as I thought that was funny, like the later scene where he's just spoilers by the way again, where he's just sitting in the meeting butt ass naked because it's like a combination of like what he's thinking where versus where he's like sitting at, and she's just writing him. I'm just like, this is surreal. Like, this is very surreal when you see it. Like, Emily Blunt's right there. She's just looking at it.
It's well done. I mean, it's like it's to
Yeah.
show his thinking. I think that's what Nolan does really well in this
Yeah.
movie. Is it really in his head and what he had to experience probably.
Yeah.
But I like the line that Emily Blunt does. It's like you can't just like commit sin and expect us to all feel bad for you or something or whatever the line is.
Yeah.
Um,
With the whole, like, victim complex that he has, I'm just like, I mean, she's kind of right on that. It's like, yeah, like, grow some fucking balls, man. But, like, damn.
yeah, no, for real.
I do feel for him. I really do. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, he made a hard choice, but I think he was right. I mean, if we didn't make it, somebody else would have, and then if somebody else would have, we would have made it afterwards. You know, it's like
Yeah.
that's kind of the thing about humans is it's inevitable, dude. I like that line at the end where like um, he tells Einstein, he's like, I think I already did give them the power to destroy themselves, like, so, or like he already,
No.
or like, do you think that he says like, do you think the world ended? And it's like I think it did, or something like that. I can't remember.
There was, I think it was the line where he mentioned that they thought by their calculations that if they let loose this kind of power on the world, that it would not stop. This chain reaction would go throughout the entire atmosphere, theoretically killing all human life.
Yep.
And they bring that up later in the movie. It's like, so, I mean, it looks like we didn't, like, create a non-stop chain reaction. It's like, no, I think we kind of did, but with a whole new, like, arms race, basically. I'm paraphrasing, that's somewhere along the lines of the quote, because by letting loose this technology in the world, people think to themselves, okay, A, it is possible, and 2, we could make it better, and bigger, and badder.
No, totally, yeah. And then more of them, you know, like...
Yeah, and lo and behold, the fucking hydrogen bomb, like, what, 6 years later? Like, 7 years later?
Yep.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's crazy, dude. It's kind of a crazy thing. And I also appreciate, though, like, he didn't show the violence of, like, the bombings of Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Yeah. No, the only explosion you ever see in the movie is, like, obviously, kind of visual effects, like, to symbolize Oppenheimer's, like, break in his mind. But the Trinity explosion, fucking hell, that was one of the best cinematic moments I've ever seen in history. Like, Jesus Christ.
I love the build-up, dude. I love how it's, like, when it drops, it's, like, silent, and then it goes boom, and it's like, whoa!
Yeah, because that's how the explosion goes down. Like, they were leading up to that point, and just the utter silence. You just hear the breathing while this fire and raw power is, like, just expanding before you. And then suddenly out of nowhere, boom! Just, wow.
Crazy, dude. It's a good movie. It's a great movie. I definitely want to watch it again, I think, before it leaves IMAX. It leaves IMAX at the end of the month.
Oh, I'm fucking
buying
that shit.
I'll try to get another ticket.
I'm buying that shit on Ultra 4K and getting the Blu-ray copy.
I have AMC stubs, so I get to go in for free. I'm gonna do that.
You son of a bitch. Okay, that's awesome.
So then, and then you saw Barbie afterwards.
I did see Barbie. And I did love the start of it for sure. Later when I started to get into, like, the real world issues, I felt like it was kind of hitting all the right notes, but, like, I don't know. You know how most movies have, like, a middle part or, like, just before the third act where the hero has, like, a fall moment and they have to, like, get the courage to, like, get back out there and do the right thing and whatnot.
Yep.
That's kind of a testament throughout every movie.
That's how every story goes. It's the hero's journey, dude.
It was a little jarring because they had some very great points about, like, how women are treated in this world. And yeah, it was, like, very raw, and I was like, holy shit, wow, damn. But I couldn't get over the fact that all the Kens were, like, acting like your average Activision Blizzard employee. That was kind of cringe.
Yeah, no, it was kind of whack how they were acting. But I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, haha, like, you know, it's like I've heard those terms. Like, it's a lot of them are buzzwords you hear on Twitter, pretty much, and it's like, which, like, I respect. It's like the movie's very fun, right?
Yeah,
so it's very fun, and I think it has a good message about how, like, the patriarchy affects, like, both men and women.
Yeah,
and, like, I think it circles well. I think, again, maybe the jokes were overplayed. I also just thought it was very fun to see the beach fight and all the other stuff going on. I thought it was crazy and like great.
Yeah.
I love how like when the movie came out, there were memes about it, right? And the memes that are like about like how Ken just goes out in the real world and learns that men rule is like the funniest fucking thing to me. And I love that he's picking up on all that so quick. And then Barbie's like, oh, like the memes are like, Barbie learns that being a woman sucks, and then like Ken learns like, oh, men rule, dudes rock, like.
Dude, one of the best memes I ever saw is like, it's just a quote. It's like Barbie. It's like, oh, being a woman is hard. And then Ken, it's just a picture of a guy from like ancient Greece seeing all of history unfold before him. He's just like, oh!
Yeah, not for real, dude. I love that shit.
Oh my god.
Dude, Ryan Gosling stole the fucking show. Loved him in it, dude.
Yeah.
Love the track he does. I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10.
Oh my god.
Yeah, crazy, dude.
Yeah, no, I think like that was another thing too. It was a little jarring on getting to the end point where the patriarchy does affect both men and women, not equally obviously, but it does have its issues, obviously. Like,
Totally.
Yeah. No, it was very satisfying to see. I'll definitely watch it again, honestly, just to really kind of consume every like little funny bit in there and whatnot. Appreciate Alan some more because Alan fucking needs some love, man. Sorry.
Alan was awesome. Yeah. Loved Alan in the movie. I really liked Will Ferrell, and I really liked that he wasn't like a bad guy. He was just like kind of like fucking around, and like I like the world building too. I thought that was really the way they did it was well done. It's like, oh, it's just a pretend world where like kids are playing with you. And that's why you got Weird Barbie and like other Weird Barbie was fucking it was just so fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. It was very hilarious. It made $1 billion this last weekend. It broke $1 billion.
Oh, I saw like jokes leading up to that. I was like, wait, holy shit, it made 800 million? Like, damn, like and then it makes $1 billion. I'm like, holy, for a fact they're making many sequels after this. Shit. Well, yeah.
Well, there's reports that like Mattel wants to do a bunch of other stuff, like a Magic 8-Ball movie and like other shit. I'm like, why? This is not the takeaway. This is not the takeaway from the movie. Just let this be a one-off, man. It doesn't have to be a whole cinematic universe. No one can mimic Marvel, and no one should, because all the Marvel stuff. I haven't even finished Secret Invasion because I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care about that show, man. They haven't made me give a shit. I love Nick Fury. Yeah. I should be excited for the show. Why am I not excited for this show?
I think it's just because we're all marveled out, and like they already hit their like peak with like Endgame. Like, how do you?
Endgame was like you can't top after that.
Like you hit the mountain
up really well. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't go farther than that. Like you already went to space. Like you can't do anything else with space unless you actually have like some solid writing and some character depth. Like fucking James.
I can't wait though. Huh?
Fucking James Gunn knew that with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He's like, yeah, let me make like the most heartbreaking backstory for a character ever, and then just build a movie around that.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking did it. He crushed it. Like, goddamn.
Hit the nail on the head, as it were.
What you were gonna say?
I was gonna say I'm actually excited for Loki season 2. That comes out in October. I think that's gonna be sweet. I loved the first season. I really liked the concepts they were playing with, the story they were telling. I love Owen Wilson, so can't wait to see him again. Oh, and then I always pronounce this wrong, and I'm not gonna fuck it up this time. I'm gonna look up how to say his name. I think it's he's also known as, I'm just gonna say Jonathan Kwan. Ki Kwan, I think. So. The guy from Everything Everywhere All at Once who got the Oscar, congrats to him. He's in the show too now, so that's gonna be sweet. I'm excited for that. Love that cat. And then
I mean, you could have said Short Round. Everyone knows who the fuck he is. So
yeah. But yeah, that's the only property I'm excited for. Like I can't finish Secret Invasion, and I've seen so much talk about it on Twitter. They like literally reused a shot in like the span of 5 minutes. Which is kind of like just lazy.
Literally, the only reason why I would have watched Secret Invasion was because of Olivia Colman being in the show, and I love Olivia Colman. She's fucking fantastic in everything. Exactly, she's fantastic in everything she does. Literally, The Favorite, Broadchurch, Landscapers. Fucking hell, she delivered in Landscapers. Goddamn.
she's great, dude. She's
Yeah.
she's a phenomenal actress. We love her.
Yeah.
I
And
I did like
honestly,
seeing her bits, so that might be a good encourager to go on.
yeah, and honestly, like her, as soon as I knew the last name of like her character, I was like, holy shit, she's either playing a descendant of Union Jack or is directly playing Union Jack. So Union Jack
Who?
is a character in the Marvel comics who is basically their equivalent of James Bond. He has a whole fucking costume and everything.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. He's basically like Captain America, but minus the powers and with way more espionage. So
Mm,
kind of more
tight.
like Captain America meets Black Widow, honestly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, bet.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that makes sense because it's supposed to be like a spy show.
yeah,
But it's really just not. Just I'm not caring about it. And that sucks. It sucks that I'm not excited for Marvel stuff anymore. I used to be so
yeah.
hyped. I was like, oh my god, Infinity War's coming out. Oh my god, you see how Infinity War ended? Endgame's coming out. Oh my god, I was like super like hyped for all that shit. And like now I'm not.
No, I
Um,
think it's just because we're a bit nihilistic, so we're kind of more critical on things. Like that's the thing.
yeah, it's just Disney pumping out bullshit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, like that's on Netflix. That's a fucking phenomenal kids film. Like, go out and watch it, people.
We did talk about that. But yeah, so
Yeah.
back to Barbie. That's what we were talking about before.
Brewski beer me.
Risky. Yeah, I did. Again, it's such a funny fucking movie. Like, I love the Mojo Dojo Casa House. Like,
Yeah.
it's just.
I fucking love Ryan Gosling in interviews. Like just like he's just there in his cowboy getup. It's like, oh man, the Kens are just kenning so hard. They're kenning all over each other. And they're gonna go blind kenning themselves. Like
So
just
you are
chuckling.
enough. Like, like.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nah, man, the energy's all inside you, man. I know it. You're a Ken enough. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You're a Ken
Enough.
enough. Oh my god. If there was ever a man who knew the role that he was playing, that is the man. Like
No,
he
he was perfect. I loved him. Everyone was so good in it. Everyone was
yeah.
so good. I love the narration. Um, yeah, I think it's crazy. I love all the practical stuff too that they use to make the movie. That's just kind of
Yeah.
nuts. And again, I love the way it tells the story, um, and 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 what it does. Yeah, it felt a bit on the nose and stuff, but it also felt like kind of like a mom story too, like a healing thing. But like I didn't really get it, maybe because I'm not a woman.
Well, I think that's kind of like a generational thing. Like it's like the brand Barbie has been out for like a long time, so it definitely has like elements of
6 years. It's like what? It's got to be like 3 generations.
yeah. So there's definitely like girls
Yeah.
who played with Barbie dolls and then like grow up and then they have kids and then those kids play with Barbie dolls. So there is
Yeah.
that kind of connection and whatnot, and it 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 does kind of create a sense of nurturing and love that the stereotypical Barbie kind of needs in her life. Like just like
So,
she realizes, oh, shit, like I don't have to be like coddled like a child. Like I can be coddled in such a way that like it promotes me or encourages me to like go out and do what I want to do, really find myself in the real world and whatnot.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that's
No,
that's
totally.
that's kind of a translation I didn't even think about until now. Shit.
I think that's fair, man. I think that's a fair
Yeah.
analysis, man. Yeah, it was a cool movie, man. I really appreciated it. I felt like at the end of it, I was Knuff.
Yeah. I got to get in touch with my Ken, my inner Ken. I
Yeah,
swear to
yeah,
God.
gotta find your Kenergy.
I know. I have to find my Kenergy. Just actually, I kind of did with some shorts that I bought online.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Wait,
so
you bought some
I told
kind of
myself that I
shorts?
needed more like kind of summer swim trunks and board shorts and whatnot. So I bought a pair that are very very strong Kenergy vibes.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Those are kind of nuts, dude. Those go hard, bro.
I know, bro. With the right fit, fuck.
No,
I will embrace my inner Ken.
absolutely, dude. That's gonna be sweet, man. Yeah, my girlfriend's trying to get me to wear more shorts. I don't wear shorts at all. I just wear jeans.
Oh,
Ugh.
I'll get you a pair, honestly.
Oh well, thank you. She's gonna go pick out some for me as well eventually.
No, because I saw a pair that I definitely cannot rock for the life of me, but I think you definitely can. It's got hardcore, like, mid-80s vibes. Like, the fucking triangles and circles on it and shit.
Sweet, man. I'd be
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Um, what else happened this week? Saturday, Saturday I had a kind of crazy party, man.
Oh, yeah?
I was over at my boy's place. And I met up with him in like the early afternoon, like 3:30. We started drinking, and we didn't. I mean, we drank a lot by the end of the day, but like it wasn't. It was paced out. So anyway, so then like eventually our friends come over in the night, and then one of our boys gets drunk quick. He's just like slinging back the vodka, and like we're playing Cards Against Humanity. And he can't even when he uses the cards are he can't even focus because he's so drunk. Yeah, it was a crazy night. It was really funny. It was nuts. There was a lot of shit going on. He was fucking sozzled. Talking about just dumb shit. We were watching like a prehistoric nature show. He was like flipping off the dinosaurs and stuff. I don't know. It's crazy. It's a crazy night.
Bro, that's where you should have
Friday.
put on, like, This Is the End. You know, that fucking movie on Netflix?
Oh yeah. The one with Seth Rogen and James Franco and all of them.
Yeah, they're surviving the apocalypse, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a class. I remember when that came out. That was a great movie. Everyone, all of our friends were so excited for it.
Yeah.
Dude, I was hearing this. I was hearing Adam Devine on like Theo Vaughn on like on this podcast, right? And like he was talking about like how there's not a lot of comedies anymore in the theaters, and like it's kind of crazy. That's kind of true, man. People aren't going out to see like comedy movies, you know, like.
Yeah.
Like last year, we were saying like maybe 6 came out, and like it is kind of true, dude. I went to go see Joyride, but there's like not many other comedies coming on, man. Coming
Yeah.
out. It's kind of nuts, dude. Everything's like horror, serious, franchise, whatever it may be.
I mean, I kind of equate it to, like, the times we live in. It's a combination of the times we live in as well as, like, what Hollywood thinks is going to be, like, a quick cash grab and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, like, movies were kind of dictated by, like, what was going on politically and, like, you know, socially.
Yeah.
Whereas as of recent, at least in the very late 90s, early 2000s, it kind of started to get dictated by, like, what is going to be the next, like, summer blockbuster? What is going to make instant money for the studio?
No, totally, and that's the mindset. That's the shift they've had to make, right? Because they're trying to make profits and because making a movie, it's with all the services now that are available, right? Like during the pandemic, people would be streaming movies because no one could go out to the movies. But then,
Yeah.
and still before the pandemic, going to the movies was also expensive anyway. And like people would just wait till stuff comes out, like on DVD, or especially now that they wouldn't see it in theaters anymore. They just wait for it to come out on streaming, which is what they're doing these days. And so making a movie is a bigger gamble now than ever. Right, and so like I'm sure Barbie was like a gamble. They were like unsure if it was like gonna make a billion, and it ended up doing that partly because of a meme, and partly because it's just a very good film and very enjoyable. And
Yeah.
and Oppenheimer made more bank than they probably thought it would.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. And then these small budget movies, these like original projects, like there's this horror movie, called Talk to Me that it's only a $4 million budget. But it would have made that box office in the first weekend, or it was set to make that in the first weekend, so they would have made back the money on that anyway.
Here's the best part. That movie was actually made by 2 YouTubers that did a lot of, like, short films back in the day. And they went to go on and do their own, like, directorial debut horror film with that kind of budget.
Which was this movie?
Yeah, Talk to Me. And it did so
That's
well.
crazy.
Like, in terms of the reviews and everything, people are saying this is one of the
I need to watch
best
that
things.
movie, dude.
Yeah.
I might go see that. What's going on this? Oh no, this weekend. This weekend we're going to Outside Lands. So.
Oh, dude, you gotta go see that because fucking Orville Peck is gonna be there, man.
Orville Peck's gonna Foo Fighters. Kendrick are headlining. Lana Del Rey. I'm gonna have to maybe miss Lana because I think Foo Fighters are playing the same time. But, like I'm not missing Foo Fighters, dude. I was talking to my friend Jack about it yesterday at the beach, and like not to like flex or anything. He's like, "Oh, I've never been to a music festival." And I'm like, "I know, bro. I've never been, but now I'm going to 2 this year. I went to one in Memphis, one out here."
Yeah, bro.
It was crazy, dude.
Oh my god! If he puts on fucking
exciting.
Hexy Mountains, I will cream my jeans at the speed of light.
It's gonna be sweet, dude. I can't wait to see that set. There's a bunch of other people I'm excited to see there too. I think Dope Lemon's gonna be there this year. A couple other folks. We gotta look at the schedule. Um, yeah, it's gonna be sweet, dude. And then um,
Actually, better yet, I kind of want to see Orville Peck perform that one Elvis song, "If I Can Dream."
oh, he would kill that shit.
He would fucking crush it. Oh my god, that'd be like gospel. Like seriously.
Yeah, no, dude, seriously, he'd be impressed. He'd be amazing at it.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh my god. You know, everyone would be applauding. You know, Obama would be there, coming and clapping. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
So then, what else occurred this week? We had a beach day. The beach was very hot. We went for barbecue on Sunday out
How's
in
that?
Santa Cruz. It was pretty good. I had this half rack. I had this four ribs. I had some really good mac and cheese, some really good garlic bread, and some pretty alright potato salad. But I'm not a big potato salad fan to begin with, so maybe it's just like I don't. I'm just like going into it with a negative. But anyway, it was really good barbecue, and we got back home. Dude, the traffic was horrendous
I believe it.
because uh, it took us. Well, so usually to put it in perspective for viewers at home, it takes about from where I live about 45 minutes to get to Santa Cruz on a good day. But it's never a good day when you're trying to go to the beach because fucking everybody else is trying to do the same thing.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
like
usually
going to
like
the
an
movies
hour.
on a weekend. Like everyone wants to go there on a weekend. No, you fucking go there on a Monday morning. No one's gonna fucking be there.
Dude, I think like the most dead days are like Sunday morning. No, well no, not
Are we talking
Sundays.
beach or
Tuesday
movies?
mornings. Movies.
Yeah,
Tuesday mornings are the most dead. But anyway, so for beaches, right? So going there, it's usually like an hour instead. It's about an hour.
yeah.
Took us an hour 45 to get home last night because it was a big old crash. I guess on the one highway from the beaches to back home, Santa Cruz, right? Or from Santa Cruz back to home, I mean. And so that sucked. But we made do. We made it. We entertained ourselves enough, and yeah, that's been about my last couple of weeks. Can't recall what else happened.
You were
Oh
gonna
yeah,
mention something on Friday, weren't you?
what did I
Before I
end up
cut
doing
you
on
off and we
Friday?
talked about like Oppenheimer.
Maybe no Friday. I think we stayed in. Thursday we went out to the gate. We did karaoke. That was chill. Always fun. I think I did "Damn It" by Blink.
Oh hell yeah.
I did do that. I'm trying to remember right now because it's just been the week always comes into a blur for me.
Oh dude, put me on the fucking karaoke stage. I will belt out fucking Enter Sandman by Metallica in the voice of James Hetfield.
Honestly, with one eye open.
Open, gripping your pillow tight. Exit light.
You know, for real.
Yeah. Or though,
Karaoke's
better
fun.
yet, if the venue's pretty good, if it's got good acoustics, I might do one AC/DC song in the style of the actual lead singer Bon Scott.
Oh god, that would suck, dude. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I would throw up my voice for the rest of the evening. I'm sorry. Like I would talk like I got one of those electronic things, like I'm a smoker.
yeah, exactly, dude. No, karaoke's fun, man. It's just a chill crowd. There was a woman butchering "I Want It That Way" by Backstreet Boys, who later came up and like didn't necessarily butcher "Creep" by Radiohead, but like definitely like stabbed it a couple times. And so like she butchered that, but then these two guys came up and they did that same song and they killed that shit. I felt like I was in the room with the Backstreet Boys right there, dude. It
What
was
the
like
fuck?
they killed it. It was crazy.
Oh my god.
That was a super fun night. I can't remember what else we did.
I'll tell you what though, on
So,
a
oh
completely
yeah,
unrelated side note, the Weezer cover of what Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics, like, is actually pretty fire, honestly, not gonna lie.
they covered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can picture that.
Yeah, it was from their Teal album. Basically, their Teal album was just literally cover songs. Like they had "Africa" by Toto. They had "Take on Me" by Aha. What else did they
They
have?
covered that one. Yeah.
They had a Michael Jackson song on there. I don't remember which one it was. I want to say Billie Jean, maybe.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
I can see that. It's
yeah,
go Weezer. They can do whatever they want. I'm sure they did
yeah.
Island in the Sun, so I say in my book they can do whatever they want.
No,
They
in
wrote
terms of
Beverly Hills.
best albums, and everyone online can fight me on this. I think in order: Pinkerton, Blue, Green, White, Maladroid, Hurley. I don't remember all the other ones, and then Red, definitely somewhere near
You
the
remember
bottom.
a lot of their albums. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, honestly, Weezer is like one of those crazy discographies that you just kind of listen to, and it's like, yeah, there's a few that I love and like, but not everything for sure.
Mm. Oh,
Ratitude
they're
is Ratitude is definitely by far the worst one.
oh, bet okay.
Yeah.
They have a very mixed bag when it comes to musical sound.
Oh yeah, it's like if suddenly you're listening to like Stone Temple Pilots and then you switch to Bee Gees or something. It's like that kind of like crazy.
Oh wow, okay, that
Yeah.
is kind of stark, but
Yeah.
I'd be down to check it out. There's a lot of variety.
Yeah.
Um, I like to see the progression of an artist, but I also like them to stay within the same realm. Like I think like the band Plumtree does a really good job at that. Like I've listened to
Oh
their
yeah.
whole discography; it's only like 3 albums,
Yeah.
but they are very like a pop punk kind of vibe, like kind of indie punk kind of thing. It's cool. I really dig it.
Yeah, and as much as people like can shit on Metallica for some reason, like at least they're pretty consistent up until like, Load. Like it makes sense, like their progression, their evolution.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's easy to follow.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, what else was I gonna say? Friday actually. So my girlfriend was doing a new recipe. She was doing these potato flautas, and so they had like she had
Ooh.
mixed in like some peppers and some onions and some other stuff with some potatoes, some mashed potatoes, spiced it up, um, rolled it into a tortilla, deep fried it, and then we ate those with some guac, some rice, some beans. It was really cool. It was really good. I was stuffed. Oh my god, I was stuffed. I ate like 4 of those things and like hella rice and beans, and I was like, what the fuck? Because they were
Holy
pretty fat,
shit.
dude. She made it fat, but
Bro, you
which
gotta
I
cartwheel
appreciate.
yourself out there just like
No, for real, dude.
Yeah.
That's how it be. So, um, crazy. So yeah, that was my last week. We've got a few more minutes here, I think, don't we, man?
Yeah. To bring back to our way earlier conversation about shitting, I find that drinking booze before I eat spicy food actually helps.
I felt like, well, I think I drank beer alongside the spicy food.
Oh no, you can't do beer. You got to do something like harder than that. That's what I find. Like my stomach is kind
Oh,
of weird. Like it apparently slows down my digestion to a
uh,
nice even level if I'm drinking the hard stuff, and then I eat like
totally.
spicy food and dairy. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think I need to be careful with spice, dude. I'm not evolved to handle that. I'm Swedish. Like
Yeah.
I love the sensation and the flavor. I think there's like a lot of beautiful things about spicy foods. Like I love like trying different salsas, or like I've got a couple different hot sauces in my kitchen right now, and now I've been weary to try them because of this experience.
Yeah.
But again, it's like the root beer float definitely contributed.
Well, no, that's why you
Um,
got to experiment. You find like a good hard alcohol that you like, and then you have like maybe a glass or two of that, and then enjoy your spicy food and dairy. Then have a couple more drinks, maybe some like light beer or something. Definitely not IPA or anything, nothing heavy.
totally, no.
And then how this is pretty much exactly what I do. And then the next morning, like I'm great. Like it's perfectly settled and everything. And then I'm like I'm thirsty. I have 2 glasses of water, a Bang Energy, and then I perfectly shit out everything from the night before.
No, bet.
Yeah.
That sounds probably not particularly the most great, not the best things to be mixing all into your body at once. But I am kind of on that vibe. I'm switching
Yeah.
coffees right now. So I'm trying to reduce my caffeine content. So I'm switching back down from Death Wish to a regular like medium roast. Uh, just a standard. I think it's cut. I don't know. It's some Hawaiian coffee thing. I gotta say
Oh, is
for
it
today.
Kauai?
Kauai. That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, the
Um,
the one with the like the weird fish netting at the bottom of each pod, right?
what? No, I just get the regular bag of grounds, man. I
Oh,
don't
okay,
have
because they
a.
sell like coffee pods that have like almost like a fish netting at the bottom. It's like their excuse to try and reduce plastic as much as possible.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah,
I respect that. I think that's
yeah,
cool. Um, yeah, but no, they're a good brand, and also I just need to reduce my caffeine. So I was drinking like a lot of energy drinks, and like I was debating like getting one today, but then I was like, I was kind of glad it cost me more than the $2 I had in my pocket. And it's not necessarily that I'm broke, but like I just don't want to use my card because anyway.
No, I get that.
And so I'm trying to reduce as much of my spending as I can. I bought groceries for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, it should last me the next 2 weeks. We'll see. No, it should. It should. I should be chilling. So, yeah, living's hard, man.
No, that's kind of a stark contrast from me because I literally had like McDonald's earlier as I watched like Fallen after renting it for like $4.
Fallen?
Oh, it's a movie released in 1998. It stars Denzel Washington, John Goodman, James Gandolfini, Donald Sutherland's in there too.
Wow.
Stacked cast. I know, it's a stacked cast. It follows the story of John Hobbs, who's played by Denzel Washington. He is a detective who is very tried and true in his like morality and everything. He's very good at his job.
Yeah.
After witnessing the execution of a serial killer that he personally caught himself, he starts seeing copycat crimes that are exactly like that of the killer that was executed, even with little details that only the killer himself would know. So how does that work when he's dead?
Oh, wow.
Well, it turns out in further investigating this, he discovers that the killer was actually possessed by a demon who can take possession of anyone that he touches and has them commit crimes in his name.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It's a bit cheesy, but it is a fantastic film, and it's very bleak. It's like kind of ending to Seven, kind of like bleak.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But it's very good.
What have I watched this week? I rewatched Megan. Megan's a great movie. It's funny.
It's so fucking good.
I watched Pacific Rim for the first time, and that was really cool.
Oh, yeah? How was that?
The writing is sometimes poor, but it's just fun to watch robots fight giant monsters, so
yeah,
it was a good time. It's a great time.
I fucking love... So I know the premise of the movie, and I've seen some clips online and whatnot, but there's an interview with Charlie Day and Bern Gorman, who's also in the movie. Mm-hmm. And apparently they acknowledge the fact that there's a fan theory online that they are gay lovers.
Oh, yeah, the movie, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And they totally embrace that. They're just like, oh, yeah, no, they kind of give each other looks and whatnot. It's like, yeah, no, it's definitely canon, for sure. We think it's canon, right? Yeah, it's definitely canon.
Yep, they're fucking.
Without missing a beat, they're just like, yeah, no, that's definitely canon. Like,
yeah,
you can feel the tension.
I mean, you can, dude. That's what my girlfriend said, too. That's funny.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. What else? I'm excited to see. I'm seeing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie this Wednesday. That'll be sick.
Tell me how that is.
I will, dude. I will let you know. I think we're trying to figure out. And then Thursday we're going to Bolero. Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah. What about you, man?
I got really no plans this week. I mean, I got a few days off, so I might just like catch up on a few more movies on my list. I still got 8mm and 1 hour photo on my list to watch. So,
okay.
8mm stars Nicolas Cage as a private investigator who goes into the seedy underbelly of snuff films, as per his employer's request to look into such film and what happened to their daughter in that said film. And
Jesus Christ.
I know. It's a fascinating character exploration into a guy who's like pretty positive, good family guy who just happens to have a kind of shitty job. And then you see him physically change the more he gets involved in this world and like the depravity and what that does to him.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow.
And then 1 hour photo is not better either. It's actually about on par with like the kind of darkness we're dealing with.
Jesus, man, you were just gonna watch some depressing movies, man. That's cool.
Yeah, it's probably telling that I liked Oppenheimer more than Barbie. That might be telling of like my personality.
I think that does share a bit about how you are, man. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Oppenheimer is definitely for the boys, dude. We're all depressed at nations, you know, like
exactly, 100%. Like. Meanwhile, Barbie gives us like hope that maybe we can be like our inner like cheery selves and whatnot, and just be happy.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
once. Okay,
Or just
so
at least look at the world with like a different outlet and be like, hey, shit's bad, but at least we can make it better.
with pink colored glasses, dude. That's what we need.
Exactly, and genitalia.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, again, Ryan Gosling stole every scene. I love when he was like, just so you know, I have all the genitals.
Oh my
That's so
god.
funny.
I need to just like watch that movie just to remember his like lines, because the shit that he says is so fucking good. Like, god damn
And
it.
his delivery is perfect, dude. He's so fucking funny, dude.
He
My
honestly,
job is just beach.
it's not even lifeguard, it's just beach. And it's really hard, and you're doing it very well.
You do beach so well. And you're so good at beach.
Oh my god. I think he literally walked in The Nice Guys so he can fucking run in Barbie.
No, he was so. I love the nice guys, dude. He was so fucking funny.
Yeah, because before that he played like varying degrees of like autism. Like
He plays so many characters that are like it's so me, you know. Like he's so. I love how versatile he is, dude. He's such a great actor.
yeah, it's just every time I see him in any
I
other
hope he
film.
understands the memes. I hope he does.
Oh, he does. He thinks that some of them are kind of losers for like, trying to live that lifestyle, but like on the other hand, like he knows of it, so,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I think just genuinely like he's very, very good at what he does, but it is extremely memeable, most of the shit that he does, which is weird. I don't
He's so memeable, which is so fucking funny. And I think it's just because he's Ryan Gosling. He's like one of the hottest men alive. It's like I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, he literally played Ken. He played the model doll. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
like
Like
the
crazy.
perfect dude. Like no, like if anything, all these people reposting these memes are to a varying degree like Joaquin Phoenix. Like
Yep.
that's I'm sorry, that's just how it is.
No, that's facts, dude. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
love the movie. Love the costume design. I think it's been about an hour then, right? That shift.
I think so, yeah. We are getting ready to clock out. We're closing up, turning off the lights. Someone puked on the floor over here. I don't know where that came
Oh
from.
God, not
Yeah.
again.
I know. At least they didn't spray ass or something, so you know.
Yeah, I didn't shit on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this has been the 9 to 5 boys, and we are clocking out.